Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. Then I will make some small alterations to the mod, and then once I've made those, obviously I can't go updating the mod because it deletes the alterations that I've made. And because I do this with so many mods, I've got to be very careful going and updating any mods at all. If I run an update, I can end up deleting the changes that I've made for quality of life purposes and so on. Little things like having another wrapper and speeding up the wrapping time on it so that we don't have to sit there for a year and a day like we are right now doing wrapping. Because quite frankly, this is not the most exciting thing to go and do. I think I may have mentioned that. So to try to avoid situations like this, I make minor tweaks and alterations to quite a few mods. And so I got to be quite careful with which ones I go and update and which ones I don't. And then there's always the issue with the slightly bigger mods, like Seasons and that. I haven't updated Seasons in quite a while, and someone contacted me recently to say that they are trying to get Seasons to work with the geo that I use on the Estancia Lapacho map, and they can't get it to work. It doesn't seem to be compatible, and I'm wondering if that's because Seasons has been updated a couple times since I installed it. I haven't run any of the Seasons updates, and it could be that now the two of them don't work together, and you've got to find a different geo in order to get them to work. Again, another reason that I don't like to update things in a desperate hurry, because if you do update a mod, then you, like, I gotta make sure if it's a big mod, I do keep an old copy somewhere. I've got to make sure I've got an old copy reserved somewhere so that if the update doesn't work, I can revert back to the old version. Because if I don't have that old version saved, they don't like backdate the mods. You've got the newest version, that's it, that's all you've got. And that, actually I want to go this way, that does make life difficult again. So I've got a number of considerations. So when it comes to like the used equipment mod, I was in no hurry to go and update that one because I had this, you know, I've got this constant issue with, if it does go horribly wrong, then I'm not going to be able to do anything. Like, that's it. My save game could be ruined because of it. And I've had some serious issues with save games before because mods not loading or updates have made them do weird things and so on. And it is a headache. I had a bit of an issue trying to get rid of the buy used equipment mod. Fortunately, the update did work on it and sort of cured that, but it was a bit touch and go there. I was wondering what to do. So, yeah, thank you very, very much to everybody that commented and told me which mod it was that was causing the whole chainsaw issue. That was absolutely brilliant. And several of you had previously warned me that that was the issue, and I do remember some warnings somewhere about chainsaws, and I think I may have mentioned that, but I just couldn't remember what mod I was being warned about, and that does happen quite a lot, because I have to deal with so many mods, and I get, like, you know, this mod might do this, and this mod might do this. When you've got like 100 mods and you've got all these different bits of advice coming in about them, it can be easy to forget which bit goes with which bit. So, yeah, I do remember something about it, but it was, you know, a little while ago, and yeah. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. So thank you very much to everybody that helped me out with that and pointed out what was wrong with it. That is absolutely fantastic. It's awesome to see that you are all keeping an eye out for these things. It definitely makes life a little bit easier when I'm trying to get to the bottom of a problem. If I'm suddenly getting spammed with 100 messages about it's this mod, I found that it's this mod, I found that it's this mod, sometimes I will get a whole load of messages and I will have 4 or 5 different mods that are mentioned from different people that could potentially be causing a problem, and or, you know, half a dozen different things that You know, everybody will I get people contact and say, you know, I had the issue that you're having with this one, and then someone else will say, well, I had it with this one, and some of the mods I don't have, and some of them I do have, and so it's nice to get that, so then I can sort of work through and eliminate it a bit. This time, every single person that contacted me or left a message, left a comment on the video, every single one of them said the same thing. Every single one of them said the same thing. Said that it was the buy used equipment mod. Every single one of you. I didn't have one comment or message or anything about any other mod other than the buy used equipment mod. So I am reasonably confident. I'm not going to say I'm 100% confident that that is what's caused it, because this game can do very magical things. This game can do very, very magical, especially the fact that I'm recording at the same time. So I've got programs running in the background. I've got Audacity, which is the free audio program that I use to record my vocals. I got D3D Gear, which is the paid-for program. You get it on Steam, by the way, if you want it. That I use for recording my video. Those are running in the background constantly in order to do all the recording, and those alone can have some funny effects on some of the games at times. And I do get issues from time to time with games not performing right because of the fact that I'm recording them, and it does actually cause issues. So I've also got to take that into account as well. I tend to be a bit special sometimes. Sometimes my experiences here are very, very special. Not always, just sometimes. Now, at the moment, we have transported 80%. We transported one load, and it was 40%. We transported a second load, and that came out at 80%. So, in theory, we should transport one more load, and that will give us 100%, and then half of the bales on the load should be profit. We should actually get money for them, and when we sell the bales, we should just immediately get the money for it, and the money should start coming in. So, in theory, if I was to only put 8 bales on the load, we would be fine. Now, how many bales have we got in the field right here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We've got 19 bales in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... I only need 3 to... Like, we're going to have to have a run with 3 bales. So there's the 3 that we want. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put 8 bales on this trailer. And that should give us contract complete. Now, I'm not going to actually turn the contract in with 8 bales. I'm actually going to take 9 bales on it, just to be on the safe side, because it might be like 79.99%, and it's rounding it to 80%, so it may not actually say contract complete with just 8 bales. So there's 7 bales that we've got. There's 8 bales right there. I will get 1 more bale on here. Let's just go and grab that one like that, and that makes 9 bales. This should be contract complete. We do have to go up and down for 1 more load anyway, so we're not doing anything extra by going with the part load with this one. This will give us the contract complete, and I'm also hoping it will give us a little tiny bit of money. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We will... That's fine, but it should be contract complete. And then the remaining bales in the field, we'll take those up, and those will be all profit. We will sell all of that lot for extra money on top of what we get, 10 grand? Less, I think, whatever it is that we get for the selling the bales right here. The leasing of the machinery. Probably going to lose 3 grand for the leasing of the machinery, but still, that's another 7,000 plus whatever we get for selling the bales. It's going to be a profitable venture. I'm absolutely certain of it. We're going to make a decent bit of cash. Right. Let's head on up and see what we get. We can just cut in front of that blue car without any problems at all. Squeeze in round there. And whiz up through here along the walkway, and it very specifically has a person painted on here to say that this is a pedestrian access. But let's be honest, they haven't given us a lot of room for backing in here to tip stuff out, which, so I kind of think that it is fine for us to be driving around the back there. And most of you have previously said you think that that would be perfectly acceptable. So 9 bales. Here we go. Tip you up. All the way back. And go on, the suspense is killing us now. Sell. There. Plus 5. We got that right, I think. We got contract finished and we got 508 euros sold bales right there. Now, if we have a look at the prices a minute, 127 times 4 would be 508, actually. That would be 508. So it was, we did that one bale was actually an extra bale. That one bale, I think the whole bale was counted. So to complete that field, we did only need the 8 bales. So we needed 40 bales to complete that field. So anything that we've got in here over the 40 bales, so that was 1 that we had there. We had 19 all told, so we got another 10, so there's 11 bales. Potentially, the 10 bales that we've got left down here, if we get 508 for each one, we're going to get 5,080, although it did drop down slightly. So we're talking 5,000 euros for the bales that we've got left down here, which is a reasonable amount of money. That's a couple of fertilizer contracts, that is. 5,000 euros for the 10 bales of silage that we've got here. Plus, we get the 7,000-ish. I don't know exactly what it will be after we've taken off the leasing costs for the machinery on here. That we get for the actual contract itself. I'd say that we've done pretty well out of this job. You know, it's the old tedious, time-consuming nonsense with having to wrap the bales, which none of us like. You know, it's not the most riveting thing to go and do, but it still has paid off. We have still made ourselves a decent bit of money. I love being able to do this at full speed. We do need to slow down a little bit now. Right, on we go again. Go and get that next one, and we can whiz on round. So we've got just 4 more to pick up. Then we can skip the... We'll have a look and see if we've got the right kind of mod to allow us to go and get some sleep on our new property, on the deck chair. We're not actually going to be sleeping on the deck chair. It's only going to look... It only looks like we'll be sleeping on the deck chair. We are actually wandering back to the hotel and getting ourselves a little bit of shut-eye in there, and in a decent civilized fashion. That's what we're going to actually be doing. Right. 10 bales. Back up to the top. Make ourselves our fortune. This is going to... With this bit here, we've got, what, 12,000 coming in? Maybe 13,000 coming in? I'm not quite sure how much it'll be in total. With this money that we're going to be getting from this, we're going to be over 20,000 euros. Now, that will easily cover the cost of the second fertilizer spreader that we want to buy. That will cover the cost of the chainsaw, and it will cover the cost of the log winch as well. The only problem that we've got, really, is that if we buy the log winch, then our electric tractor can't be used to go and do any fertilizer jobs temporarily, because it's going to be doing log winching instead and dragging logs around. So we do kind of have a little bit of... You seriously cutting me off like that? Really? Right, brake check. There. Have a brake check. How do you like it, pal? Huh? Yeah? No, I'm stuck. Okay. I probably shouldn't have lost my temper there. I don't want to... I don't want to get stuck. Right. Yeah, you beep your horn. You beep your horn. You brought that on yourself. You absolutely brought that on. I'm not like this as a normal driver, honestly. I'm really not. I am not someone who is prone to road rage. I just kind of let people do what they want to do. If they're going to, like, jump out and cut me off, I might wave at them a little bit. Ask them what they're doing. You know, if it's particularly bad and dangerous and putting me in jeopardy. But generally, I just... Yeah, I'm not a road rage person. I'm really not. Yeah, but the only thing that I will do is if someone is tailgating me or driving really, really close behind me, I slow down. I don't stamp on the brakes. I slow down and I drive really, really slowly. Because they usually do that because they want you to go faster. They want you to like, try and speed up. So, if someone is tailgating me, I will slow right down to a crawl until they back off, but only in places where they can't get past me. If I know they can't get past me, I will slow right down just to irritate them. Alright, I will do it specifically to irritate the person who is driving right up close behind me like that, because they shouldn't be doing it. As far as I'm concerned, they are fair game. And then I'll speed up a bit when they are able to get past, so that they can't get past. Right, if you're going to drive like that and put me in danger because you will then be unable to stop your vehicle properly, I'm going to make life difficult for you. I will do that. Right, don't get me wrong. Do not think that I'm a pushover. I will absolutely do that every time. Now then, we've done this bit down here, so then I want to go into here. We got 5 grand off of that, 10,000 here. We only lose 1,000 for the machinery, so we get 9,200 in there, like that. And this gives us a grand total of 22,900 euros. So I've got you down here with that one. And then we've got these trees here. I think I can cut down those 2 trees if I want to. And to remove them from here and get them into that bit in there. Now, I can walk through here. But in order to get logs over to there, we're going to have to drag them out onto the road. That might be frowned upon, really. What's it like over this? There's fence over this side as well. We don't have free and open access into this area from our land, apart from pedestrian access. There is no other way through. So they've got a fence all the way around, which means that we have to drag them out onto the road and then move them round, which is potentially not as good. Sure. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I can still have these trees down and we can still have a good go with this. I'm not sure which way they're going to fall, but then I suppose it doesn't matter. We can drag them round a bit and we can get them right. So anyway, let's not worry about that for a second. We want to get our placeable, and it should be a deck chair. I'm hoping there is a deck chair. There we got the deck chair. We got the Alpine Farming Pack one right there. I've got the mobile home that I used in the last series, which I kind of want to avoid using in this series because we used it in the last one. I would like to get that one, though. It's going to tell me I don't have enough money, so I can't have a look to see what it would be like. But I'd like to have that and place it on a hill overlooking the town. I think that would look spectacular. Not sure that they'd really be happy about it, but we'd still go with it anyway. So we've got the deck chair right here. It'll allow me to place it in most places. Right, can't be placed here. Thing is, though... Oh, you don't own this land. So it does let me bring it over to here. So let me place it here. You don't own the land. I can put it this side. I don't know if I own that tree. I do own these trees. We've got that. We know that we own those trees right there. So what I'm going to do is where this rock is... collides. I can put it right there next to the road, so it's completely out of the way of everything. Oh, wow. Only 1 item allowed per farm. I didn't realize that you could pick these up and move them around. Look at that. Okay, you can't pick them up and move them around. It's not letting me pick them up and move them around, but I got one that's fallen on his side because it's a bit lumpy right here. But I can still use them. You can go up to them like that. I can't pick them up and move them, but I will be able to skip the night. So that is the day done. We're now going to fast forward time a little bit here. And what have I got in the way? I got 400 in that one. I got 400 in... I got 1,000 in that one. I got 400 in that one. And then I got 1,000 in that one. I just kind of need to wait until we get late enough now. I think I have to wait until 8 o'clock. We might be right with 7:30. So let's try this out. We'll go right there. We will sleep for 12 hours. There we go. This is much faster than doing it the other way. 370 vehicle leasing cost. That vehicle leasing cost is actually for the machine, the forklift over there. It's not actually a vehicle leasing cost that we have to worry about. Now, we got cloudy day today. I don't like cloudy days. It makes it a little bit more overcast and dreary, and I just don't particularly like it. Everything's updated. We've got fertilizing jobs. We've got a lot of weeding jobs have come up. We've got a couple baling, sowing right there, soybeans field 9. And there's a few harvesting, and those are the cotton jobs, so we're not going to do those. I got weeding on a number of fields here. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 1, 2, 3, 4 fertilizer jobs. 2, 7, 12, 16. These have got weeding, but once we've done the weeding on some of the fields, I reckon that they will also then give us some fertilizer jobs. I reckon those will come up afterwards. That's my personal theory on this. But anyway, I don't want to do that for a second. I want to go here, and I want to see if we can actually buy our chainsaw now. Big test now coming up. So we were going to go, and that was this Yonsud one I think I was going to try. Not having McCulloch. Not interested. 1,000 euros. Okay. Are you ready for the big test? I'm about to scroll the button to see if it works. Yes! Everybody was right. We've got a chainsaw. Oh, this is beautiful. We're not chopping anything down for a minute. What we are going to do is we're going to put that one going. Now, there's a couple of things that I'm actually going to get going. We're going to go into here, and we're going to go with these weeding jobs. We've got one that's 23, 21, 19, and 13. 23 over there. 21, 19, and 13 have got weeding jobs. So we want to get all 4 of those weeding jobs going first. We're going to go into here. They are Sandra Steiner, Jacob Fisher again. So Jacob Fisher has got 2, and Max Vactor over here. Now, what I've done previously is I've used the same machine to do 2 different fields, but only paid for the borrow items once. But I don't think that we should do that because we're borrowing the items again to do the next field, and so that's kind of like, you know, it doesn't matter if I use the same tractor and jump across, but I still think we should pay the borrowing costs. That's the bit that I think that we should be paying out for. So that weeding job right there, I'm going to borrow items for field 13. Then I'm going to field 19. I'm going to borrow items. Field 21, borrow items. And I'm going to go weeding right there. I got spraying there. I got 3 jobs. That'll be weeding jobs as well, I would guess. Borrow items for field 23. Spraying, herbicide. Yeah, if it says spraying, it's for spraying herbicide. So maybe we could see about buying ourselves a sprayer and doing those ourselves. I'm not really sure just yet. But it doesn't matter which tractor goes with which job. I don't even remember which tractor goes with which job now. So we'll just put a tractor on each job. I think this one and the next one, I think we got the field 13. Actually, I think this one may be the one that goes up the field 23. So I will have that one hooked on there, and we'll run this up the field 23. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get all 4 of these going. I'm not actually going to accept... I'm not actually going to complete any of the jobs until all 4 weeding jobs are completed. Once all 4 weeding jobs are complete, then we will deal with like completing all of them and getting the little bit of money. It's not going to be a lot of money involved with them. The main reason for doing this is so that there aren't weeds on the field, and then later on we can cash in on that. Probably shouldn't be cutting up the traffic line. My driving is terrible. I know I'm all over the place. I do need to be a little bit more careful with what I'm doing. On up round here like this, and if I just cut across the field down there, it would be a lot faster. And I was very tempted to go and do that, same as I'm tempted to cut across the field here, but no, we're not going to do that. We are going to do things sensibly, even if my driving is a little bit terrible today. I just want to get these out to the fields so that we've got these jobs going, and then I can sort of focus on other things. And I'm literally just going to put each one in the field and let it carry on. If it doesn't quite do the job tidily, we can always tidy things up afterwards rather than worrying about getting it too tidy before we go and start. So this one right here, I'll bring you in there, turn off those beacons and set you going just from this side right here like that. This one's the furthest that we're going to have to travel with any of them. So if I lower you down like that and drive you into the field a bit, and ooh, no, we don't want AI extension, do we? We don't want that at all. Lower you there, and off you go. Right, there's the first one going. Now I want you, so we go and get that weight over that side. This one I will drive over to field 13 and get it started on there, and then we've got the last 2. The smallest tractor is almost definitely going to be for field 21. So we want to head over to field 13 with this one, which is over in the next block of fields. Not this block of fields right here. So let's have my beacons on. Let's give way like that. I gave way. I definitely gave way. I definitely looked and gave way. Now, as we've got jobs here in field 19, we can use this track and we can run up. We can shortcut through here. It's a little bit quicker than going around the roundabouts. Like going out to the edge and round that roundabout, and then on to the next one around that roundabout. And there's field 13 over in the distance. Just there over next to field 12 and field 11. So I want to come out through this way, hang a left right here, in round there, and then whiz off down this side, and we can start this job going down here. And I think this one I will do just manually, 1 pass on the field, and I'm going to do that up here just to make this go a little bit easier. If I bring you out like that, turning at this top bit here is not going to be a problem for most of the field apart from this bit right here. So I'm just going to go across like that. Now I'm also going to do that, switch that one off before I actually need to go and use it, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to just drive down the diagonal part of this field until I get down to that side, and then the rest of it can do on its own, right? It doesn't need any help. Alright, once I get down over to there, that can do whatever it needs to do. Well, unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. So while I sit up here and enjoy this view and a well-earned break, could you please consider taking a look at the links in the description down below? We have Nitrado, who provide gaming servers, who are very, very reliable, and they provide us with a server on our Discord channel. And there is also Fanatical, where you can buy all kinds of different computer games for various different platforms. So if you've enjoyed this video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.